3 steps to beat hunger. So what's the first thing about feeling hungry? You have low energy. What's the worst thing about having no energy? You don't do anything. And what's the worst? What's the other worst thing about eating when you're feeling hungry? Is you tend to overeat sometimes. You tend to snack on absolutely anything you see in sight because you're feeling hungry. When that happens, more times than not, your blood sugar will start to go up and down, then you're feeling even more hungry. And then, what happens is you go over your maintenance calories and you put on body fat. So I'm going to give you 3 steps to beating hunger, especially useful when you're trying to lose fat. So number 1, eat on a regular schedule. The reason being, the body likes to be in homeostasis. The homeostasis is just another word for being in a comfort zone. So when the body is in a comfort zone, it does not like to go out of its schedule. So if you ever find that before you eat, you start to get really hungry, and the reason for it is because the body is releasing a hormone called ghrelin, which basically gets you ready to eat before you're actually eating, if that makes sense, so that you can eat your food. Okay. So when you ever find that sometimes when you eat late at night, especially if you've gone out to a restaurant or a bar, just out of your regular eating routine, and then you feel hungry the next morning and you can't wait to eat, and that's because the body is confused over when it's eating, and the hunger signals are all over the place. Right, number 2, drink water. So it's a bit simplistic to say that you're hungry because you're dehydrated. That can be one reason, but when you drink water, then the stomach cells start to stretch. When the stomach cells stretch, it sends a signal to the brain that you're not hungry, and therefore does not release ghrelin. And that's what happens when you eat food. The stomach's muscles start to stretch. All right, and number 3, so you drink water before you eat, okay, and after you eat. Number 3 is do some kind of activity before you eat. So the reason for it is not because you're going to be losing any weight or any body fat, but it might help with the management of the hormones. As you know about body fat, or rather losing body fat, is all about management of hormones. So if you do some kind of activity for like 7 minutes, 10 minutes, something like that, and then it might send a signal to the body that, yeah, you're not hungry, therefore you're not going to be eating. It just helps to take your mind off eating. So I want you to leave me a comment and let me know which one of these is your favorite and which one of these you're going to try the next time you feel hungry.